Today we're going to be mounting the trans tunnel for the Factory 533 hot rod. Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel about kit cars and other car topics. If you like what you see, please subscribe and hit the notification buttons below and share with others on social media. So now that we've got the engine in its supposedly permanent place, we're going to go ahead and I need to flip around the trans mount because it's kind of on the edge and I need it to be able to flip it around so I have a little bit more room to push that engine back a little bit when I tighten it. And then we're going to go ahead and try to get that trans tunnel on and see if we can start working off of that. Let's dig in. So I was able to make it work by actually widening and kind of spreading out the trans tunnel a little bit to get the clearance that I needed for the shifter. And it kind of is what it is. I mean, it's a tight space to begin with, so you really don't want to give up any of that space, but it is what it is. I have to. So now that that's in, we're going to try to maybe mock up a center console that's going to fit on top of that and kind of see where that gets us. So as you heard me mention many times before, that one thing depends on another thing, depends on another thing, depends on another thing. Well, here's a perfect example. I had to pop the seat in to kind of see how this center console is going to marry up to the seat, and then I'm realizing, well, I don't know where the seat's going to exactly be, so I got to get the waterfall in, so then I had to put the waterfall in. Then I got the seat in, and then I'm hopping in there, and I'm like, well, where's my seat going to finally be? Because I need to know right where that center console butts up to the seat. So at that point, it's like, well, maybe I should figure that out and then install the seat and drill the holes, because I need to drill the holes so when I go to paint the panels below it, I know exactly where the holes are going through the car. And you can kind of see this is how pretty much everything is with this car. There's 5 things you got to deal with at once and kind of do it all at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and install the seat, drill the holes for it, and keep going. So now there's like a center plate that finishes up the trans tunnel. There's like a big hole through the top, and so now I have to cut the center plate up to get around the shifter, the cup holder that I'm going to put in, and kind of piece that together. And now that I've widened the trans tunnel, I just got to get that thing cut to where it fits into the groove, and so it could be permanently mounted in there. Well, that was a rude awakening. So I've been using my reciprocating saw to do some of the heavy cutting. And as I was popping in all these little chunks to my trans tunnel, you know, blade wasn't cutting through. Of course, you know, skews all over the place. So you have to make kind of like long cuts and then come in with the sander afterwards, come through it. And so my blades won't work anymore. So I need new blades and I need a few other things from the store, and stores aren't open right now. And I'm like, man, what could I do just to get this last cut done and finesse this in? I'm thinking, I'm like, well, a freaking cutoff wheel. Let's grab that. So I grabbed the cutoff wheel, and literally what was taking me 5 minutes to cut through with the saw and then another 5 minutes to grind down and making all this dust and stuff, I just took the freaking cutoff wheel. I was like, precision cuts literally in like 15 seconds. And I'm like, are you serious? I wish I was doing this 3 months ago. So yeah, if you have a chance to cut your fiberglass with a cutoff saw, that's way quicker, way more accurate. Now, you probably won't be able to get into small areas, so you will need the reciprocating saw or just the sander, which I find, you know, a little bit more accurate. But that could have been hours of my life back. So, a little tip for you guys.